Hey there, welcome to my channel for Evolved Humans. I'm Ms. Day. This is a collective reading. So I feel like the very first thing that I started sensing right before this reading is that whoever I'm talking to, you know that you're getting aligned with your own abilities. Like you already know that. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, it also feels similarly to that energy that was like, no nonsense. It's like there's no nonsense and you want the answers, like you just want point blank. So perfect. Okay, so first of all, I feel like I'm talking to masculine, and I think that you're looking for answers. Your masculine's like seeking forward. And I actually just got like this thought right before starting that the message is when you are creating, when you're putting your intuition to use physically with your body, you're actually doing it with your masculine. It's with masculine coming in. So it's like you have to get really in tune with your vehicle. You have to get consciously aware of it. This feels similar to that. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to, you definitely went through a period of time of like isolation. Again, I felt this the other day, and it's like this actually ties into some stuff today. I feel like you've got, so I do past, present, future, so that there's a movement that you can take and move something. So I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you had this period of like, you put your creativity on hold for a minute. It's like you put your outpouring of yourself and your like personality and your talents and your gifts. I feel like you put that on hold for a minute so that you could break free of an actual like a mental type of prison, like a cycle in yourself. And I think that you did that and you unlocked way bigger capacity underneath than you had been able to have. This is cool because whoever I'm talking to, it's like you had your own direction. That's why it feels kind of masculine. It's like your decision making, it's pretty strategic. It's like in a row, like the steps that you take for your own life and your own like alignment. I just keep thinking that you're being aligned with something. My heart's beating like crazy. Okay, so in what you're experiencing, whoever I'm talking to, okay, so I think that what you've done to escape that mental, like, kind of like a trapped cycle, like I feel like you broke free of a cycle that you knew had become a habit. Like you knew you could break free of it, you just needed some time to focus and to gain ground, and you did that. And I think that you unlocked like this huge capacity for emotions. And I think that's why you did it. I think that whoever I'm talking to, you had to unlock the floodgates. Like you had to unlock something that you had underneath. And now it's coming to the surface. And it's like what you're supposed to be, what you are wanting to do with it. It's like your goal here is to be honorable. It's so cool. It's like really, really, it's like your intention is very pure, and it's like you saw low levels you were fighting and you stepped away and you fought your battles and you calmed the chaos. And that was all because of this capacity underneath going forward for you, because you wanted to offer good. Whoever I'm talking to, I don't know if I'm talking to a parent or someone who just really wanted to step into an example role. It's like you really want to give an example of like being trustworthy, being solid, and having self-control. I feel like you really want to have that example as how you walk in this life. And I feel like what they're saying is like you've opened it. I'm getting my card for when you've cracked open your abilities. So that's when you align this thing, this living thing, with the unseen high frequency. It's now you've got it coming in. So it's like what they want you to do is, first of all, they want you to feel that you did that. That's because of you. That's because of you being so so forward moving and strong. I feel like you want to be an authority of yourself, and I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna go forward. So I think that you kind of going forward, it's like that's what they're trying to tell you, that you need to allow some time in this new cracked open door. Let yourself move a little bit crazy. So this ties into earlier. In my day, one of the things I was thinking about was that when I came on and when I did a reading today for YouTube, for whoever's watching this right now, I felt like I needed to tell you that, like, when you just jump into trying to use your abilities, it does feel like silly. It feels like made up, because you experience it in the same way that you imagine things. That's why, like, dreams can feel so real, but they're not happening. Or, you might get an emotion out of it because that's a message, because they could get you by creating something crazy to stir your emotions. So, very, 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 very good message. It's like you've cracked open. This is who I help best, is like when you're aligning with your abilities and you're really trying to intricately, like, organize yourself. That's who I'm talking to. You are gaining footing on your own cycles here. That's where you are. It's like the definition of growth forward, So going forward, you're going to have to take a new step where it's like, okay, now experience this. It's a new form of, it's not isolation this time. This time, you've cracked open the door. That's actually not what you're going to mess with. What you want to do first, it's like they're telling you, start to bring that old stuff forward again. Start to recognize yourself, even though you have this new awareness and alignment happening. Yes, it's very adult, but it's like what they want you to remember is that you actually have a lot of capacity underneath. That's why you started this journey forward. And then going into the next step, coolest reading ever. It's like all you have to do is, it's like, just keep going forward and cooperate with it. Again, this ties into all the other readings. It's like, whoever I am talking to, your next motion is to feel like you don't know what you're doing a little bit. It's tying in with surrender. You've got to surrender even though you're going to maintain authority over yourself and your cycles, you have to sort of test this out. You've got it. They're telling you trust what you can control, because you've got a lot more, like, control of yourself than I think you see. Then I think you think other people see. Like, I think you don't wear it, like, you don't boast about it, but this is a very positive trait that you have. Like, this is a really cool tool for you to use in this forward motion, because they want you to now let that creativity, that sort of like childlike curiosity that could bounce around and not follow through, as weird as that sounds, it's like that's what they're wanting you to do. Step out there a little bit with them. Like, step out there a little bit and let yourself come in to your own, or like your own space. Very cool. Okay. And then I feel like this is because you're gonna start using it. So what they want you to do is start realizing how you use your creativity, because that creativity that you kind of had to put on the back burner for a minute to gain grip and gain footing, it's like what they're telling you is that's actually got more room to grow now. It's time for that to live. And you're going to do that. As you do that, that's connecting. Like, it's crazy cool. Whoever I'm talking to, you have some creative underneath. I think you have a yearning to do something too. I'm talking to someone who knows that, like, you are supposed to you're supposed to learn something new here, but you're not quite sure what, and that's because it's not written out somewhere. That's because this is all about the experience now. The masculine is very much like we go forward, we move, we get the job done. And what they're telling you now is experience something totally new here and let yourself just experience it. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you like the way that I do the readings, definitely subscribe to my channel and allow for notifications for future videos so that you know when I upload them. And I'm going to try to be doing that a lot more frequently. I'm sorry that it hasn't been consistent. My goal is to change that. Okay, and then let me know in the comments if this resonates and who this resonates with, because this is a really cool reading as well. All right, have a good rest of your day. I will see you in the next reading. Okay, bye.